What the? Honey?
Welcome back to My Lady Disdain. I am Sandy.
And I'm John.
And we have a special unboxing today. We are unboxing Supergirl from Smart Doll by Danny Chu.
This is the first DC licensed Smart Doll, right?
Yep.
And it is also, on the DC side of things, the first anime licensed, action figure, statues...
vinyl doll.
Well, I don't know how many vinyl dolls there are even of their characters in general.
So if you're a DC fan and you found this video because you were looking for DC collectibles, let us know what you think of this Supergirl in the comments. And if you find yourself interested in Smart Doll, maybe check out some of our other videos and consider subscribing. So we're very excited to see Supergirl. John is a big fan of the show.
Yeah, this doll is based off of the CW show of Supergirl, which is essentially based off of the latest incarnation of Supergirl in the comics. As far as the design of the costume and everything goes, this is Supergirl's first costume in the series before they changed it and revamped it, and she got herself some big girl pants.
And then they weathered it to have a Culture Japan touch.
Yes, they definitely incorporated their own style into the design of the doll, and we should be seeing a Supergirl that is not necessarily a, fresh out of the laundry sort of Supergirl, which I don't understand how their suits always look amazing. Do they just have, 20 of them on standby?
I don't know. Special, microbe-resistant fabrics.
There's a lot of opportunity here for dressing her out of her superhero costume.
Absolutely. I have in mind to do some research on Melissa Benoist. Is that her name?
Yeah, and basically Kara Danvers, her secret identity as a reporter, because apparently all superheroes from Krypton need to be reporters.
And glasses actually work to hide their secret identity.
Right. I don't know.
Can you tell it's me?
Oh my God. Scared the crap out of me.
So should we get to the unboxing?
I just want to say, this girl has been through a lot to get here. She came here fast and hard and wasn't exactly the easiest landing. So I think we should get her out of there.
Yeah, I mean, it's not fair to leave Supergirl in a box.
It's a pod, come on.
It's a cardboard pod. Cardboard Pod by Danny Chu.
I was thinking of those storage units and just how horrible a cardboard pod would be. Do not leave your cardboard pod in the rain for more than 2 minutes. The prerequisite opening montage. Did I get it?
I think so. Oh, you missed it. No, you got it.
Yeah, that's enough.
Okay.
Can you...
Hang on.
What is happening?
MagicalGirlKitCat is trying to FaceTime me right now.
I know you don't have time.
Hi, MagicalGirlKitCat. You're on our video.
Say hello!
I literally called you just to say, did anyone ever tell you you're my hero?
So here's the deal. Kat's best friend Alex really wanted Smart Doll Dimension, and Danny has not put her up yet. But I was just looking at Instagram and saw that Fabric Friends and Dolls actually had Smart Doll Dimension, and I FaceTimed Kat immediately and told her that Alex needed to get on there and order her right away, and she got her, and she's very excited.
So we love you. We adore you. You're amazing.
We love you too.
Enjoy your filming.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
We need to unbox Supergirl. Okay, so she is a typical Smart Doll, so she does come in the Keep Calm and Carry a Smart Doll bag. We've got the accessory box. That is a heavy accessory box.
This is a full box of her entire costume, and there's a bunch of pieces to her costume in there we'll be looking at.
There she is. It actually has the Supergirl S on the sticker.
I feel like she should be able to just get out of it herself.
You're just pushing her up through.
Don't ruin the illusion!
Okay, so we take her out. Let's get her laid down here. Straighten her legs. She is in the cinnamon skin tone. Oh, I love her face.
Now, this is the standard way that Smart Dolls come. They come in their sports bra and underwear set, and with nothing else on. We're going to have to put on her wig and everything in a moment.
Yeah, she has beautiful blue eyes. Most people will not want to change the eyes if you're a DC collector, but just so that you know, the eyes are held in with blue tack, and you can actually swap the eyes out of the head.
Yep, you can see the top of the head comes off, and you can swap the eyes out there.
And it doesn't harm the eyes, so you can always go back and forth.
I have to say, and this is something we say about almost every doll we have purchased, she looks so much better in person than she does.
She really does, and those eyes are so blue.
Yep. She's got just a nice little bit of blush there, a small but cute smile.
Smart dolls are highly posable. They are built like a traditional ball-jointed doll, so they have elbow joints, they can bend their wrist, you can actually swap their hands out for other hands.
And of course you have a little bit less maneuverability in the legs. You have a 90-degree angle you can get at the thigh.
And Danny does that for the purpose of giving you a nice balance between posability and the appearance of the doll. So less visible joints.
Let's see if... Yeah, she can't quite do the superhero landing.
Superhero landing! Yeah, that's really hard on your knees.
Which would be amazing.
They're a little bit stiff when you first get them usually, but the joints do loosen up.
So that is the base doll. She is also the cinnamon skin tone. So if you did want to expand her options, like for the hands, you can buy cinnamon hand packs. I suppose you could do bust enhancements as well. You can buy different busts. I probably wouldn't in order to stay more to the character.
But if you wanted a Supergirl with giant bazooms, she could have them. She can also get heel feet. You can get feet that are specially made to fit high-heeled shoes. So for when she's at work at Catco or whatever, and she has heels on.
They will, in general, fit in heels reasonably well. They just look a bit nicer if you get the heel feet.
But if she has stockings on, like opaque stockings, you can't see that it's the same.
Yep. All right, I'm going to pass the accessories over to Sandy.
I get the accessories. Okay, so we have the card with Mirai on it. Mirai is the first Smart Doll. You get a card like this in every box. This one actually has a sticker on the back that says that it belongs to Supergirl. So this is really, I think, the closest thing to like a certificate of authenticity like you would get with a ball-jointed doll or something like that. Now this...
Oh, okay. So can we talk about this for a second? Because this is like a multi-piece thing, right?
Yep.
And it came almost as if it were like hanging up in one of those like superhero like
the
capsule.
Hall of Armor,
right,
or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh wow, this is freaking beautiful. This is just.
Here, I'm gonna take this out of the way.
I can't even. Wow. Look at the pleats in the cape.
Right. All right. Hold on. Let's.
Want to take everything out first?
Yeah. Let's lay stuff out here.
Okay.
So we've got her costume. We've got some new hands. These are
unique to her at this point.
Yep. So these are not hands that are available in any hand pack. These are basically your super punch fist things or whatever. She comes with the newer stand, which is the
Swingy Clickety-click stand.
Thank you. She comes with her underwear and stockings.
Yeah, so she has her costume bottom is separate, and then stockings.
We have her wig, and last but not least,
oh wow, Oh my gosh, I don't know why I didn't think they'd be that big, but they're huge.
The boots.
These boots were designed by Jimmy Choo, and they are leather.
These are so dramatic.
And you know how we said we wouldn't be using these parts? These will get used.
Oh, you mean on other people?
On another, maybe a project we have coming up or something.
Maybe. They're so specific. Like, they're, okay, regular boots. But from there up, like, that swoop up to the knee and everything, like,
Yeah.
it's
very superhero. They are gorgeous. Yeah.
Yeah, these are beautiful, beautiful boots.
Well, I mean, we gotta get her dressed, so let's do, we've gotta do the underwear and the stockings, right?
All right.
Oh, there are actually instructions on the website for how to dress her.
Oh, like what order and everything?
What order to do it in order to not, let me pull that up.
All right.
This is why it's very important to always read what Danny puts out there.
Yeah, he always has some good resources and tutorials, and if you're interested in Smart Doll and have purchased a Smart Doll, really start paying attention. Follow his Instagram, follow Twitter, and take a look at the articles that he writes and various things, because sometimes it's just like, oh, this is what's happening, this is what's coming down the pipeline for new dolls, or here's some really useful information about how to deal with a particular situation that you might run into.
Okay, how to dress Supergirl. Have a look at the 12-pack grid photo below.
All right, it looks like we are starting with the stockings first.
Yep.
All right, we are wrapped in, I'd say it's wrapped around tissue paper. And that is why these are going on first, because these are full stockings. These need to go underneath the underwear to look right.
Right. Slide legs through the stockings with the feet attached. The feet must be attached to the stocking, or the stockings will be loose and look terrible. What he did with these stockings is these are made exactly like human stockings. So what has happened with them is there's a opening in the toes so that you can't slide them too far and destroy them. He actually stitched it open. These are pretty good stockings. They're a little bit thicker. They're more like a fine fishnet, it feels like, than like nylons.
What's next?
Next is probably the underwear, but let me just make sure.
I would assume so. That is very high cut.
Yep, it is the underwear. So these must have to sit up over so that they sit high on her hip. Yeah.
All right. Got that high-waisted, and the underwear, as per many of Danny's custom clothes for his dolls, has a specific opening for the port on the back.
So that you can just put the stand in without disturbing
which is where
the
that's
outfit.
Gonna go.
Okay, so at this point, our new to Smart Doll people are going to get to see what it looks like when you take the chest and arms and head off of the doll.
Okay, so we're gonna take the arms.
Just to keep in mind, this is exactly how it works for any Smart Doll, but you don't always have to do this big process to take it apart.
Yeah, the main reason why we are about to take the arms and the bust and the head off and everything is that the cape and how it connects and everything to there has to essentially connect like underneath the bust or something like that, I believe.
Okay.
Otherwise, it would just be, here, put the clothes on top.
So we have to take off her arms and her head and actually remove her bust.
So taking the arms off is pretty easy. You just straighten them out like this, and then just start pulling out. Similar with the head. I usually like to give it a little pressure down on the bust and lift straight up. Now that we've done that, the bust will pretty much slide up and off. And there is the spine. You've got your neck and your two shoulders there.
So we are on to putting on the costume. So I guess we have to put the skirt of the costume down over the torso while the bust is not attached. This is just amazing. Okay, I'm going to take the belt off. Oh, I see. It's got an internal harness on the cape. And then this goes over the shoulders.
Yep.
Okay, so that's why we're doing what we're doing. So we wanted to get this position set up the way Danny shows it on the website.
Yeah, because it's going to be a lot easier to be pulling things onto this in this position without having to, like, using the hand to hold her up or anything like that.
And I think this will be very interesting for our smart doll aficionados to see, too, because this is a slightly different...
It's definitely a more complex costume. And I will say this. I was thinking about, do we want to change her into other things? It's gonna take a lot more impetus for me to want to change her out of this, knowing how much effort,
Yeah, so very likely it's the boots and maybe her wig will get borrowed or something.
Well, I don't mean borrowed, but I mean, if we want to dress her up as Kara,
Right.
Kara Danvers or something, and put her in a nice, cute little outfit, she's gonna be not Supergirl for a while, right?
So you'll probably put her on a different cinnamon body.
Just buy an extra body just for Kara Danvers.
No,
adds
I think she
hundreds
would
of dollars onto the price.
I think she would just borrow one of our other cinnamon girls' bodies, and the other one would get to be in a Supergirl costume for a while.
I suppose. All right, what's our next step?
Okay,
skirt is coming down.
Yep, so we're pulling this down over her.
Okay, so we're unzipping, essentially sort of turning it inside out on the top and pulling the top down.
Gotta get it past the rest of her torso.
Yeah, it's just got to be pulled.
Yeah. This is a beautiful costume. It's all seamed the way you would see jeans being seamed.
I mean, as per usual for Culture Japan, the quality, the finish on the inside of this is fantastic.
Look at the hands. They went to the point of not doing a straight cuff. It actually has, like, the cuff is pointed to come down over her hand, which is very cool.
Yeah, it's a bit of a cheat in that her hand is essentially has a loop.
Oh, she's got like the thumb hole. Okay.
And what I think they've basically just implied that through this piece. Just so you could see there, they've implied the thumb loop on her costume. So not a cheat per se, but it is a design simplification.
So we have her skirt on.
Yeah, so this next part pretty much shows us why we need to do this. And it wasn't exactly like I was thinking that there was some sort of support system that we needed. Essentially, we need to get her cape on around her bust. And because the cape has to come out of the costume has to pull up around and close around the cape.
I see.
And in order to do that as well, we also then need to be able to prime the arms to be ready to go in at that point.
Right.
So, first things we're going to do, I took off the hands from the arms, and we're going to put her joints here back at like a 90-degree angle. And thread these down into
her
sleeves. Right. So that looks like that is this side. You want to get that side. And so we're just going to slip these in the sleeves.
It's a nice, very fitted costume.
Looking good. You gotta get that down at a 90-degree angle. Turn that guy.
Oh, I see. I couldn't understand what you were saying. So the joint has to be turned so that it's bent straight.
So the joint's going to go in because it's going to be easier to just push it in that way because of the way the arm's going to work. So now that we have the arms loaded up in the sleeves, we're going to put our cape on. And of course for that, we need our bust. So I'm just going to slide the bust back down on top. And for those of you who have any issues looking at doll nudity, or basically the rough facsimile of nudity, now is your warning.
So this now slides over her bust.
Yeah, so it slides down like a tube top, basically.
It's a rather fitted tube top, actually, because it needs to have that. It's got a nice tight fit in the back to hold that cape.
Yeah, the back is actually, this is a bit stretchy here, but the back is the cape fabric, so it is not as stretchy back there.
Okay. I think that's good.
I do want to point out the sort of, with the pleating and the way this is designed, it actually stands out
From her back.
from her back. It's got some real depth to this cape.
It's very cool. It's beautifully designed in terms of how the overall effect of it when it's finished.
All right, so now we're going to be pulling up the top to come up over and making sure that we are aligning the shoulder joints into her arms into her shoulder joints.
I think Olivia wants to meet Supergirl.
Okay.
Things you do when you're a dog owner.
Here we go. That's looking pretty good. So now I just need to get the arm into there. I've got it part way in. I just need to get it all the way in there and then make sure that this shoulder piece comes up and over. Got it just up and over the lip. And we are popped into place. And let's do the other side. It's actually a little bit easier. We've been trying to do it from the side to make sure that you guys can see it. From this side, from straight on, it definitely is a little bit easier because I can just pull, I can just do it this way.
Right. It's generally not very difficult to put Smart Doll arms in. It's just the complication of putting on this costume and trying to do it so that you can see.
You know, and of course doing it for the first time, I would say this is not as bad at this point as I was thinking it might be. It's just doing it in the right order. So we just got to zip up the back, bring down her cape, and last, well, not the entirely last, but the last piece of the costume.
Of the costume. Mm-hmm. Well, of the body of the costume.
Is her belt.
Which is handmade. It is handcrafted and molded.
It's very nice. So this goes right on the waist.
Danny does say that you'll have to, like, sort of fit it to the waist after you put it on.
I think the best thing probably, since we have that little bit of opening and this waist, is to put it on sideways and then turn.
Probably. We may have to stretch it, though.
Well, it's definitely stretching, but it won't stretch as much as trying to put it on the front way.
Right.
So, I mean, it's pretty decent, but you can see here, of course, it's not a perfect mold to her waist, so we can work on
bending it
and getting it a little more fitted. But I think for now, I'm not going to worry about that too much. And we just want to make sure that that basically is centered on the back. You can see those two pieces pointing in there. If you're wondering, those two little holes are essentially a part of the process of creating it.
Creating it, yeah.
And not anything for you to worry about, or what have you.
So we need to put her hands on. She comes with wearing the default Smart Doll hands, but we do have those special Supergirl fist hands.
Oh no, she's getting the fists. So the hands are really easy. They're pretty much just slip on a peg.
These are her up and away hands.
No, these are her bustin' hands.
Is it because it makes her feel good?
Bustin' makes me feel good.
It does. Bustin' makes everyone feel good.
Yeah.
Last step is, of course, the head and the wig.
And the boots.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the boots.
We gotta do the boots first.
Yeah.
These amazing boots that we couldn't wait to get. Oh, they're so soft. Oh, and they smell like leather. Oh, smell the boot.
Yes, it's leather. It is actual, nice, beautiful leather, and the lining is that nice, soft.
Yeah, it's like suede-y, velvety on the inside.
Yeah.
It's very nice. Okay, so we have her costume on, and now it's time for boots. So they zip all the way up the back. Okay, so I don't know why I'm trying to put it on from so high. Just should slide right in.
No, Kara. Sit still.
Wow. That is a boot.
Das Boot. I should do that. Straighten that leg out. Make it easier to get it in there.
These are beautiful.
Skin tight. Like just the right tightness there. All right, almost there. The one thing I do love about the boots that Culture Japan makes is they're so stable. Like,
so she really can stand by herself without her stand.
it's a really, really good job
The
at that.
stand is just like an extra security. Wig. Okay, so here's get the wig net off. Beautiful wig. Oh, the color is lovely. I thought it was very similar to, it's not maple. It's like, it looks similar
more
to
honey.
Dauntless's wig, but it's not. It's actually way more blonde. It's got some strawberry going through it. I would definitely say it's more strawberry blonde than it is maple colored.
Getting the wig in here, we're just going to take our head and get it in position where we want, and then I just take one finger there, hold enough pressure, and pull the back down. You just want to make sure you've got it securely in there. She is beautiful.
She really is. She is lovely. The final piece, getting her head back on her body.
Let's get a little pose here or something. Because it's tight, it's a little bit harder to get it in poses. You got to kind of move it a little bit and then reposition the
sleeves, etc.
Yeah, just looks like she's a cheerleader.
I'm pleased.
Yeah. Let's talk about it.
It is beautifully made. The cape and everything is the same sort of like twill fabric that is used, I believe, like for the
Spread her out.
For the schoolgirl uniform and the various jackets and things that Danny does. And then this is an alloy. I forget what he said it was actually, what the actual material was. But it is handmade. The wigs are all handmade and they are styled, not cut into a shape. So all the wigs will actually be slightly different, although they have been styled to be the same. The leather boots are definitely leather. You smell them, you smell that brand new leather smell. They have very rugged zippers, nice heels.
You know, you'll notice the top stitching. I mean, sometimes you'll see doll clothes that are just, it's top stitched because that's how it's put together. Like it doesn't have to be, but that's easy. They do really nice seams and have purely decorative top stitching.
Top stitching details. It's very lovely.
And considering the quality of what we're getting, the design, the uniqueness of this, it is, to me, worth every penny, you know, if you're a fan of Smart Doll and of Supergirl.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting the whole Supergirl look, but you're also getting a really gorgeous Smart Doll.
Yep.
That you can do whatever you want with. She's really beautiful.
This just, to me, confirms how much I know we're going to love the next doll coming in line with this DC Culture Japan collaboration, which is Batgirl.
It should be Batgirl, yeah.
We've seen pictures of her in various posts from Danny. Looking at the details on this and knowing what we know and have seen about Batgirl, she's just going to be so phenomenal, and I cannot wait.
Yeah, we will definitely be trying to get Batgirl, so if you are a comic book fan, make sure you subscribe to the channel because we will be trying to get Batgirl and do a similar unboxing.
Just want to complete this pose, and I'm going to use the air stand that Danny has. Is this even still available?
I don't think it is available on a regular basis anymore, if at all. There we go, Supergirl in the air. Yeah, she's beautiful. And I really love her face, just in general. I think she is a beautiful anime-style Smart Doll.
She does have this sort of sweet innocence and power that, like, to her.
She's lovely. And those eyes, oh my gosh, those eyes. They are just stunning. Okay, well, that's it for us and Supergirl.
Yeah, again, if this is your first time watching one of our videos or looking at Smart Doll and you came here because you are a DC fan and you love Supergirl, definitely check out other videos like our Before You Buy video if you're interested in actually jumping into Smart Doll.
And if you want to know more of what's going on with me and my sewing and various collaborations, you can follow me on Instagram at @MyLadyDisdain with underscores.
And if you want to see some pictures of Kara here or any of the other Smart Dolls that we have, you can check out Smart Doll Folio on Instagram.
And make sure you let us know what you think of Supergirl in the comments. I mean, I think she's really gorgeous, and feel free to ask any questions that you might have about her. We'd be happy to answer to the best of our ability. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye, everybody.